Hi everyone. I just thought of sharing my own experience of trying to deal with transsphincteric fistula. I have to say I'm not a doctor, so if you follow any advice given here is at your own responsibility. I just want to talk about what I've been doing to alleviate my symptoms. This is not necessarily a cure, and I'm 2 months into it, so it's definitely improved my quality of life to the extent I'm thinking of going back to work. And it remains to be seen what it does. Okay, step number one involves making a salt solution. So you get some really good quality table salt from your health store, and you make a solution in the following way. You can use a pan, and then you put 2 liters of water into the pan and 3 spoonfuls of salt, that is teaspoons. If you have a balance, then you can weigh the salt. So you need 18 grams into 2 liters of water. That's called an isotonic solution to the body's fluids and blood in particular. So once you've created your solution, you warm it up, let it boil, but not, you shouldn't lose any of the water really. So just get it to boiling point and turn it off, let it cool down. Once it has cooled down, you can store it in clean plastic containers, and you can put these in the fridge. When you're ready to use the solution, and I explain when that is, what you do is you decant part of the solution into a glass. In this case, perhaps up to there. You need about 400 mils, 350. And then what you do is you warm up the solution in the microwave. I usually fill up 2 of them at the same time, and I take about 50 seconds in the microwave. What you need to do is to warm it up so it gets to about 20-25 degrees. You don't want it too cold or too warm for the body. So how does it all come together? So the first step is you go to the toilet for bowel motion. So after you've been to the toilet, you can buy one of them, and you have to do the equivalent of an enema. So you insert the solution you've made, the first batch, and leave it in there for about half a minute, and then you expel everything that you've been washed, and then you repeat with the second batch of the solution again. Hopefully the 2 of them should clean the lower part of your intestine, which is your rectum. Once you've done that, you go to the next stage, whereby you have to get 1 mil syringe and adapt it a bit. So what I've done here, if you can see, let me just focus. Right. What I've done is I've got a 1 mil syringe, and I cut off about 1 centimeter in from the end of the syringe, so the plunger then extrudes in this capacity. What you'll next need is this amazing barrier cream, which is expensive, but it's miraculous really in terms of its healing properties. So what you do next is you actually have the plunger just slide under where you've cut, and you actually fill in like 3-4 centimeters the syringe with the barrier cream actually. So you just start lowering the plunger and hopefully there will be barrier cream coming through. Not demonstrated here, but you get the idea. You notice I've also got an elastic band here, and that you have to set according to your needs. So in order for this to work, you have to have some idea where your internal opening or the fistula is, how high in the anal canal it's located. I wouldn't recommend doing this if your internal opening is further in, say in the rectum, for example. Now the MRI can indicate that. In my case, it wasn't particularly clear, but with the digital examination, there is a place of soreness, which we speculated the consultant was perhaps where the internal opening was, and in my case that was 3.5 centimeters in the anal